Dr. Morgan, the Parkersburg psychiatrist, was watching a football game on television in his home in a suburb of that city that December, when he was overcome by a strange sensation. A voice began to speak to him, announcing that it came from a spaceship somewhere overhead. He was becoming a contactee. A year later, Woodrow Derenberger was a guest on Long John Neville's radio talk show in New York, and I was one of the panelists. Long John phoned Dr. Morgan on the air, and he described his experiences in a beeper phone conversation. The Mothman Prophecies by John A. Keel. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I can never be accused of being one to see the silver lining in the clouds, because I believe in being a realist. And as much as there is a focus on the positive, or the so-called positive signs of economic recovery, and the so-called positive signs of the military's pullout from the cities in Iraq, and the so-called positive signs of the so-called Taliban being attacked in Afghanistan, and the good guys being on the offensive, I tend to see the misery that is hiding behind the corner, because I'm a realist. I also have, I'm going to comment some more on that in a moment, but I want to say something, okay, in light of a couple of videos that I have seen. One by 55Ella 2007K about sick, entitled Sick Plus Tired of the Hate. And she brings up a good point, one that I think is not necessary to mention. Why should anybody have to defend their criticism of someone? And this is what she has done in her video. And I do not believe that criticism should ever need to be defended. And yet, when people stoop to the lowest possible level to attack people, ad hominem, which I've had brought against me, and they stoop to the lowest possible level to level their attacks against somebody, it diminishes your argument. If you want to say that someone is bad, come up with reasons why they're fucking bad. Don't call them names. Well, you can call them names too. I mean, that's your right. That's your right. But you need to realize something, that whenever you stoop to that level, all you're doing is taking away from the basis of your entire argument. So if I want to criticize President Obama, I'm going to specifically point out the reasons why I'm fucking criticizing him. I'm not going to call him names. I'm not going to be demeaning towards him or his family or anybody else. I'm going to point out the facts as I see them. And I'm going to say my piece on that subject, because it lends greater weight to your argument. If you want to drop to the level of ad hominem attacks, that's your right. And if you want to be demeaning and call people names, that's also your right. But think about it before you do it when you are conversing in this type of environment. If you don't give a shit if anybody listens to you and actually wants to think about what you're fucking saying, then by all means, do whatever you want to do. But if you want to make a cogent argument, if you want people to actually listen to you and think that you're saying something that has any fucking value, then think twice about stooping to that level. One other thing in general about YouTube. A very good friend of mine, a subscriber of VocalBrush, commenting on the fact that her music videos are being censored. And she has expressed the desire to remove all of her music from YouTube. Now, I just commented on her video, and I'm going to reiterate what I said to her, and that is that no matter what the fuck happens on this site, YouTube owned by Google, no matter what they do to me, I am not leaving voluntarily. Simple, period, end of fucking story. If they want me off of this site, which I believe they do, because they're moving in the direction of trying to have featured partners and all of these people who are going to help them advertise, or eventually you're going to have to pay to use their service. They're all moving in that direction. I am not fucking leaving until they throw me out. I will not do so voluntarily. I imagine that at some point in time, my channel is going to come under attack again, like it has before. And I'm not leaving. I will not leave by such means. I will only leave when I have to, when there is no other fucking choice. And I only hope that VocalBrush will change her mind and take that particular advice to heart. Because if I leave here voluntarily, I'm letting these fuckers win. And I'm not letting them win with their petty fucking games of censorship and bullshit. I'm sick of it. And I'm going to keep putting my videos on here until they throw me the fuck off. Lastly, I want to make a comment about Big Dick Cheney and his orders to the Central Intelligence Agency to keep certain material secret from Congress, and a revelation by the CIA Director Leon Panetta that there is a certain secret program that was so secret he didn't even know about it, and nobody else knew about it either, and he put the kibosh on that, supposedly stopped it. How much can you believe the motherfucking CIA? Especially after this revelation. Well, we shouldn't be surprised that Big Dick, the Antichrist motherfucker Cheney, would order the CIA to do such a thing. But then what are we supposed to think about our Central Intelligence Agency? Are they not ultimately responsible to Congress and the American people in some fucking capacity? Now Leon Panetta is saying there's a secret program that's so fucking secret he didn't even know about it, and he supposedly stopped it. What do you suppose that secret program might have been? And what do you suppose the entire lengths to which Big Dick Antichrist motherfucker Cheney instructed the CIA to lie to Congress? To what fucking lengths did that go? Do you think we're ever going to have an answer to that? Wake the fuck up. There is nothing to see a silver lining about. You can look at positive gains anywhere and you can see the faintest glimmers of hope. But you know what? I'm a realist. And when I see our troops pull out of the cities in Iraq, I see an increase in violence, I see more people dead. And I see us going after the Taliban, the supposed Taliban, and Afghanistan, I see more soldiers dying. I see truck bombs. I see so-called terrorist actions. I see more people dead. I don't see the silver lining. And as far as the economy goes, all I see is doom and gloom down the road. Does that make me a doom and gloom person? Maybe. But I tend to think of it as realism. That's my take on some things. Thank you. Good night.